Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless, guys. We are currently at the Clockwork Sun, and I think we did everything we could do here. I accidentally went in to the azimuth. I don't think I didn't manage to actually do anything in there. Let's go have a quick look. Yeah, no, we can't go in there. I accidentally went in there, that's my own fault. We can, however, visit the Glasshouse. There's a dozen signs warning you to stay away, each more insistent than the last. The engineers shout, but they're too busy to stop you. An isolated section of the abandoned exhibition halls have been repurposed to hold not treasures, but prisoners. Each wears a grey smock rather than a protective suit, leaving them utterly undefended from the ravages of sunlight. They sit slumped in unlocked cells, making no effort to escape. Where would they go? Some of the prisoners are shining at the seams. Some have eyes of curdled glass. A fractured face turns towards you. A few are singing in praise of the sun, mouths bloody and throats tattered. You should perhaps be horrified, but the song wraps tender chords around your mind and numbs you. Glass crunches underfoot. When you lift your boot, you discover a cracked ear underneath. We could speak to them. We only have a 23% chance of success, though. Shall we try it? Let's see what happens. They'll either scream or sing. You may not get anything half lucid from them. Oh, we failed. You sit beside a wild, bearded prisoner whose entire lower body has turned to glass, fixing him forever in a cross-legged pose. One crystalline hand, vitrified at the wrist, has been fused to his knee. He mumbles a half-coherent account of what he's seen happen to his fellow prisoners and what he fears will happen to him. Before he can conclude his story, he breaks into a song, the high notes coinciding with pulses of sudden, bright sunlight. We can approach the half-glass empty. One cell is locked, and the man within is neither singing nor screaming. The left half of his body is shimmering, translucent. Let's go speak to him. Only the flesh and muscle of his left half has vitrified, not the bones and blood within. The glass is suffused with 1,000 fine frozen capillaries, like delicate red cracks running through ice. He fixes you with an anguished stare. Get me out of here! Why is his cell locked and his alone? This was an exhibition hall once, never a prison. An engineer must have had to install those bars, especially for him. The others would not leave even if they could. Their minds are lost. The empty attempts a one-sided shrug. And well, the Empire sent me here because I was smuggling sunlight from the Neath, back before the horizon closed. When I sold it, I told my customers that the light from the Clockwork Sun was toxic, and true sunlight was the only cure. Ended up causing a minor panic in London. I think one of the engineers locked me in because he took offence at my criticism. Though, he gestures at his vitrified body, I stand by it. I mean, we can agree to help him escape. A barely perceivable nod. The glass in his neck creaks. Thank you. His voice is hoarse, and he speaks in barely a whisper. You'll need to find a permit for my release and present it to the steward. Forged, legitimate, I don't care. We need 3 ministry stamped permits. Okay, well we don't have those, I don't think, so let's hurry away from this place. You've left the prisoners behind, so why do you still hear their songs? Let's descend to the Terpsichore Vault. The vaults below are safer, protected by a dozen layers of stained glass. Beneath the machine-bristling surface, you find a ring of 9 vault doors, each engraved with the name of a classical muse. 8 are locked and barred behind signs saying things like vacant or under renovation, or in one case, unfortunate chronological discrepancies. The 9th, marked Terpsichore, is the only door open to you. You enter, your footsteps ring through the dusty barracks and abandoned canteens. These are the engineers' quarters, but they are all on the surface, working. Except one. The broken steward has been working on the sun since before it first shone. She has been here far, far longer than any of the engineers above. The broken steward makes her way carefully toward you, cane clacking on the floor. She has a markedly stiff-limbed gait, and her arms creak as she removes her helmet. We can speak to her. She smiles, her teeth glint oddly. She catches you glancing at her mouth and smiles even wider. Her teeth are shards of cracked glass protruding at odd angles from her gums. It's not just her teeth, she says, with a brisk air that brooks no sympathy. Damned sun took my bones as well. Terrible nuisance, really. It gets in the way of the work. You notice her fixed neck, her stiff limbs, her careful movements. It's not too bad, she says. Good thing I like soup. Wow. Well, we can't do anything else there because we don't have the ministry stamped permits. We have one. So let's return. I think it might be time for us to leave. The sun. Do we require supplies? I believe we do. Can we buy supplies here? Oh, we can buy carefully packed crate of munitions. The dazzled sequencer sells buckets full of armaments retrieved from Azimuth. Terrible hazard, all these instruments of lethality lying around the place. Most untidy. Keen to get them off the sun. Keen. I may actually buy all of those. Thank you. And... we have fuel, but we don't have supplies. Bugger. This could be a problem. I'm gonna buy the fuel. We could try and get back to London the way we came and hope that we don't run out of supplies. It's very far. The only choice I've got though, so let's try and do it. Full speed ahead. Let's see if we can go as quick as... But it's possible there's a quicker route up the middle here, but I don't want to risk going away I don't know. We're gonna have to keep our eyes open for stuff that we might be able to salvage. So, potential enemies and things. See if we can get food off of them. We don't have a cannery, so even if we come across eels, that won't matter. I still love this area of the map. The glass looks so cool. It's because I'm a sucker for ice and snow. And this is the glass is about as close as you're gonna get. But a man-made substance. Or in this case, a sun-made substance. I don't actually remember why the sun vitrifies people. I'm assuming the Dawn Machine also vitrified people. But I have zero memory of it. So if anyone has any extra information there, feel free to put it down in the comments below. I'm interested. I'm trying to gather as much information about things as I can for this game. I'd really like to do lore videos for Fallen London, Sunless Skies, Sunless Seas. It's just the Fallen London universe in general. But I find that the resources to find things for this game are very limited. Probably because it is slightly niche. I'll be the first person to admit it. Slightly niche indeed. Okay, we're about to run out of our first, half barrel, and we have not even made it remotely close to London. This is gonna be sketchy as hell. I don't know what it is about Albion, but apparently every time I come here I try and starve the crew. It seems to be just part of my MO. Let's hope nothing bad happens that makes me use the supplies. Last dregs of supplies. I mean, there's a... is there a chance that maybe we can cut through? What's that? That's a ministry... the one with the cannon. Monitor? Ministry monitor? I don't fancy fighting that. I'd probably win. Maybe? I don't know. The big cannon. I'm at half health. Not really a fight that I want to fight, you know? They can be particularly nasty if they catch you off guard. And if I remember correctly, the range on the gun, it can be on the edge of the screen. I think that requires, yeah, it's going to require a saying. It can be on the edge of the screen and it can shoot you and it can hit you and it will do maximum damage. Absolutely terrifying. What are we at? 77%? I mean, we're turning into to London here. I could go down this way and hope that there's a way into London via that way. Or I could just go the way I know. I have to cut it as close as I can, though. I mean, to save as much fuel as possible. Oh, fuel, supplies as possible. Maybe. Maybe this is our time. Maybe this is supplies. Huh? It is! We're saved! Oh no, I missed all of my shots. How embarrassing. Come on, charge at me. I dare you. Oh, brilliant. The crew of this weathered engine had been driven mad by the winds and the stars and the things that haunt the sky. A distressingly odoured barrel. No one is keen to get close. There we get some fuel. The lid is gingerly removed. All breathe a sigh of relief when coke is revealed. Black and precious. The captain's truest friend. Don't shoot me. Oof. Never trust these guys, they just open fire. Like, oh, there was an enemy there. Let's make sure it's dead. Why are you following me? Go away, Dreadnought. Thank you. Well, I may as well see if there is a shortcut this way while I have the fuel to look. Uncovering the map is kind of important. I can work out the best routes to get from all of the places. I'd like to find the Barbers and Work World, and we know where it is. It's over here, so I'd like that to be a goal for us to aim for. Do you reckon the Barbers and Work World will sell fuel? This looks an awful lot like the Carnet. Eddie's Promise. Is this the Carnet Quarter? Because I know the Eagle Imperium are the Carnet in the skies. They are the same people, but this just looks really Carnet in design. But it could just be that it's got light bulbs. Oh bugger. Okay, there was no way up. It's a good way I didn't do this when I was in trouble, huh? Hey, it's the Wit and Vinegar Lumber Company. Wait, hang on a minute. Anything I can do here? Colour me intrigued. The head offices of a lumber concern that imports bronzewood from the Reach. The Wit and Vinegar Loading Dock. The Wit and Vinegar Lumber Company operates primarily in the Reach, mining bronzewood and transporting it back to London for construction, furniture and locomotive plating. Its loading platform is frequented by brawny, wind-bitten men, lugging slabs of bronzewood into the warehouse. The workers give you an unsympathetic stares. They're trying to work. It ain't safe for tourists. Right, but can you buy something here? No. Okay. Never mind. I think there'll be a mission here later or something. There is a reason for it to be there. I just don't remember what it is. At least we know where it is when we need to find it. Do I have a port report to hand in at the ministries? I think I do. We're still trying to get on the good side of the ministry. Let's go to the ministry first. We have enough fuel, right? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Uh-oh. Hello, we have the same ship. Nah. Have we seen the Golden Dreadnoughts yet? I don't think we have. Uh-oh. At night, your sleep is peppered with uncomfortable dreams. You dream of a storm whose lightning screeches across the sky, and whose thunder is a cacophony of voices belonging to people you have known. Its winds pluck pitifully at your clothes. You are wearing black. Somber. Funeral black. We can seek company, 25% chance, or we can make sense of the dreams, maybe? It gnaws at you. It recalls certain eerie tales you have heard in the sky. Perhaps they fit together, like the pieces in a perilous puzzle. I mean, it's either gain terror and a tale of terror, or trade 3 tales of terror for a vision of the heavens. Let's do that. Oh, we have a lot of visions of the heavens. I thought we didn't have many of those. How neatly the tales and your dream fit together. The revelation is not a satisfying one. It only hints at something grander and more terrible still. Because if these awful things are true, then the world that permits them must be more awful still. Oh, there's the Ministry of Public Decency. And we shall try to dock at the ministry is further away than I thought it was. I'm going to have to go back to London to pick up fuel anyway if I want to go to the Barbers and Workwell, so... yeah. I may have done myself a disservice by coming to the ministries. I'm going to look even more stupid if I don't have a port report. A smart man would have checked. I believe it's Public Decency? No? Hang on. The congratulous secretary gives you a brilliant smile. Well, that sounds entirely apostate. Take a seat, dear. He writes a note and inserts it into a pressurized delivery tube by her desk. 15 minutes later, a genial auditor arrives. A portly fellow with white, wispy mutton chops. Pleasure to meet you, my lady. Let's go to my office, shall we? He leads you through labyrinthine corridors. A new bust of the Emperor seems to wait around every corner. A huge, horseshoe-shaped building of white stone, white columns, clocks and iron gates. Inside, its walls are panelled with dark wood, crimson carpets, worn by frequent passage. Flood the floors. Within its cubbyhole, officers, auditors toil to protect the sensibilities of Londoners, here in the heathen sky. Right, deliver your port reports. Well, what do we have here? He asks, pouring you both tea. He listens intently, writing notes on a pad of paper. His comments are absolutely neutral. I see. Fascinating. Well, well. You notice your reports are filtered into separate piles. Afterwards, he writes a requisition form for you. Just pop this into finance on your way out and they'll see to the needful, he said. Terribly grateful. Best keep this information to yourself though, eh? Rest assured, we are experts. We'll ensure it's handled sensitively. Okay. You've gained 1 of the strength of the sun. It is dulled. But we have gained 1 ministerial gratitude and 100 sovereigns, which is wonderful. I don't suppose you sell fuel here? No, you do not. Okay. Let's go back to London. So, from what I remember, the quality of the sun is a really important part of Sunless Skies. And I don't remember what happens if the sun dies. I'm so sorry. It's good, he didn't shoot me, it's fine. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking elsewhere on the screen. Can you imagine crash into a police car? That's how you get arrested right there. It's a pretty solid rule. Do not crash into a police car. Alright, let's dock up. Let's buy some supplies. While we're here, let's also drop off all the stuff we're carrying into the bank. Wait, what prospects do we have? Nothing we have much for. Okay, never mind. So my plan was to go to the Barbers and World in this episode, but construction's just started outside the house. So I'm going to cut this episode a little bit short, just to, you know, cut down on the whole rumbling of tool work. So I'm going to apologise in advance. It's a very short episode comparative to normal, but I hope you enjoyed it all the same. Thank you again to the members who help support the channel. It really does mean the world to me. Please like, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.